So, today I'm going to start a new once-a-year monthly thing, where I do spooky Halloween what-ifs. Today will be the first one, and this is some stuff I thought of for little scary scenarios, like the worst case scenario what-ifs. That's what I'm probably going to make them view as. So, today, let's start off with this first one. What would happen if Junko Enoshima was successfully able to kill Makoto and Kyoko in Chapter 5. So, enjoy this interesting video, and we'll see what changes because of this. So, the first chapter we start off with is Chapter 5, which Chapter 5 would most likely just start off the same, but until we get to the point where Junko goes to kill Makoto and Kyoko. Now, in this timeline, Kyoko isn't able to get the save, and Junko is able to kill Makoto because of this. And because of that, Junko uses the knife to stab Makoto in the chest. She probably throws him somewhere and probably makes it to a point where it's obviously Kirigiri. The trial would happen and Kyoko would probably not defend herself. She would know the trial is rigged and just deal with it. So everything kind of goes the same, with Byakuya, Toko, Aoi, and Yasuhiro voting her out, believing that she was the culprit, even though in all actuality, it was all just rigged. And besides, even if the AI still decided to save her, what's the point? Everyone would have believed she'd be dead still. I mean, she fell down. So at that point, I'd feel like that would honestly just go the same. Chapter 5 would just have a darker ending in this timeline. Now, when it comes to Chapter 6, Junko's gonna decide to need a new subordinate. So she'll see the 4 people she has, and who her new subordinate would be. In my opinion, I think it would be Byakuya, and I think Byakuya would honestly be willing to kill at this point. The 2 people who would have obviously solved his trial are now dead. Now you're left with brain-dead Aoi, brain-dead Yasuhiro, and brain-dead Toko. So in other words, you could honestly just win this trial, in Byakuya's case. As for who he would kill, more than likely Aoi. At this point, he'd find her as a bigger threat than he would with anyone else, because I feel like she'd more likely investigate to see if Byakuya was the culprit. As for who he'd put as the red herring, Toko, and in advance he would tell Toko about this, and Toko would obviously want her master to live, and lie. Yasuhiro is pretty easy to fool, so he would not suspect anything and just know that Toko was the culprit. So in other words, Byakuya would be able to fool everyone at the end, and because of that, Toko and Yasuhiro both die, and Byakuya Togami wins the killing game like he promised. Now what changes for the future? Well, at this point, Junko meets Byakuya, and there's either 2 scenarios to come out of it. The first scenario is Junko and Byakuya become a duo. They work together, a partner in crime. Joker and Harley Quinn, you may say. Remnant of Despair will never be stopped. Everything's just chaos. Everything that was depicted in the Despair arc, no, not Despair arc, but Future arc, it all happens the same. There's no one to stop in Ultra Despair Girls, because Kamaru more than likely dies super early. And Byakuya, Junko, and the Warriors of Hope just rule the world. Well, what would happen if Byakuya tried to still become a good guy and try to save the world? It's all up to him on his own, and it's hard to say if the Togami family could honestly still. Byakuya was the only one left at that point. That's even what the story confirmed. So there's no real way he can do it. Unless he finds his servants and they try to build this way to beat Junko. I don't even think Byakuya has enough hope to beat Junko at that point. So it's hard to say how that would go. I would assume Byakuya could beat Junko, and if he does somehow defeat Junko, then the world just turns good again. But the only thing is that Byakuya would probably have some type of guilt at the fact that he was the only person to survive from his friends. But if Junko wins, then the whole world is all corrupted in despair. And yeah, I don't really know how that would change V3 is kind of the whole thing. Because if Junko won, and how would V3 change, is just my question. If someone has an answer for that, then you can put it in the comments. I don't really know how that would work. So yeah, thanks for watching. And next week's video, I'm going to finally cover an anime that I have not covered in a long time. So, that's gonna kind of be a reminder of what's going to be the next anime for me to cover. Plus, I'm not gonna take any suggestions for this entire week, but if you do have some ideas, maybe I can throw them in for the next year's. We'll see. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on next time. Peace out.